me to church and I'll worship at her altar. Take me to church and I'll wash away my sins. But those doors won't open for us.
Can women be funny?
Yeah, of course.
Some people have a hard time saying yes, though. There are a lot of angry young men on the internet that are like, women can't be fun.
Will you guys just fucking grow up and just sit down and write your own horse shit and come up with it? Start your own fucking show. Have your own award show. Quit waiting around for other people to do shit for you. That's the fucking problem. If you guys had your own big club and I was standing outside of it, you'd never fucking let me in. I'd start my own shit. You guys got to start your own shit. You got brains in there, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So write your own shit and quit your fucking whining. We're all eating a giant shit sandwich out here. Nobody cares. I don't care.
Absolutely, but I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a white person.
The fuck up. It makes no difference whether you got a dick or a twat. All right? Just do what the fuck you want to do, and hopefully people respond to it. But this fucking horseshit of quotas and all of this crap become undeniable. Well, when was the last time you went on stage and you killed so hard the person after you bombed? If you're fucking doing that on a regular basis, people are going to notice regardless of what you have between your legs.
Hello. Hi, everybody. It's Chris Adams here. Thank you for tuning in to Misunderstanding All You See. Now, I love that clip because I remember watching that clip and I would die laughing because there's so much truth in it, basically. The lady was trying to have an excuse for why women don't get ahead in comedy. That's what she was trying to put on Bill. But of course, Bill went, no, this is the reality, right? And a lot of people would prefer to complain instead of actually doing work to get better at something or to achieve something. It's just so much easier to complain. And I always think if you have time to complain, you should be spending that energy doing something that will actually change your situation, because there's always a way around any situation, right? If you want to be a great comic, there's steps you can always do. You need to be writing every single day, and not just a little bit, like not just a new joke, but tons of new jokes all of the time. Then you go to open mics and people start going, wow, that guy is amazing, or that woman is amazing, instead of just complaining, because that's wasted energy that you're using, that you should be using for your career, right? You are a brand in entertainment, at least. You are a brand, and everything you do in this field needs to be pushing you towards what you're ultimately trying to get. And so when you complain, yeah, it makes you feel good, I guess. But I've never heard anyone say, I complained my way to the top. I've heard other things, but never I complained my way to the top, because it doesn't make sense, right? And people don't like being around people that complain all the time. I know I don't. Every time I hear someone complain, I'm just like, just shut up. Shut up and get to work, right? We're all just doing what we have to do to survive. And if you take all that negativity, because there is reality in the energy you put out, you get back in. So if you're just complaining and being negative all the time, you're going to get negative back, And again, like I just know from experience, because when I was younger, I used to be a lot more negative. I used to just complain and say, "Oh, no one's giving me a chance." And it didn't. What it prevented me from doing was realizing all of the good things I had going for me. I had been working with Chris Rock because of a roommate, but I was complaining. I got a show at the Hollywood Improv, and I put people up, and it was a sold-out show on a Sunday night at 10 p.m., right, where it started gaining momentum, and people started coming to it, and people were like, whoa, this show is amazing. All these comics I've never seen at the Improv are on your show, and they do well. So, but I would complain. I'd be like, well, I'm not a regular. What is wrong with me? You had something that other people wanted, and you looked at it and just saw the negative. It's so dumb to just complain all the time. And that's why I've changed my mindset, and I talk about that all the time. You have to change your mindset. You have to get more. And I'm not saying don't be like stupidly positive. That's also dumb. I'm a realist. I know that things happen. I know that life is going to throw me some things, and I'm just not ready for it. But you got to understand, if you can find like the silver lining out of almost anything, you're going to not only be a much more fun person to be around. You're going to become more professional. You're going to be somebody that I did a lot of the work. I did do the work. Even though I did complain, I was like always out every night, and it does get to you after a while, especially being around comedy. A lot of people that don't do comedy don't know, but a lot of comics are very negative because they think that's where the funny is. But it's actually more hilarious to me because when I started getting more positive is when I actually started getting more hilarious on a consistent basis. Now I can go up to most stages and I can knock it out of the park. I remember when Ian Bagg first let me open for him at the Ice House. The first time I was nervous, but it was a good thing. I used that nervous energy and I just performed the hell out of it, the show. And he was like, "Wow, you're really good." And so every time he goes up there, I get to go up with him. And that wouldn't have happened if I had just been negative, like, oh, he's only letting me do this much time. Who cares, right? He let me do a guest spot in Brea. I did well there. He was like, "You're really funny. This is cool. All right." And, and then now he sees me in a different light. And I'm also more positive because I truly believe that it is important, and I can't stress this enough. Get out of your own head sometimes. Do some things that are out of your comfort zone. Like, for example, it was my brother's birthday. Well, technically it's today, but he celebrated yesterday, and we went on a boating trip. Now, I don't like the ocean. I used to bodyboard and surfish, but I was never good, so I'm really not a fan of the ocean. But he went out, and he taught me some of the ropes, and I don't even know how to tie my shoes, let alone a sailor's knot. So I went out, and there I am. I got to pilot the boat for a short period of time, or I don't know what they call it, captain it. I got to do that, and it was a lot of fun, and it made me feel accomplished, right? And so that's another thing, what that you need to do. You need to learn how to gain accomplishments in life, even if they're small. Like set small goals to get to a bigger goal. Right, that's a thing that I don't think people realize, and that'll help you with your mental state. Well, unless you're just off kilter, and then there's no helping you. But if you just set small goals that you can attain, and then have a larger plan. Always have a plan, because this career is so tough. Everyone's going to tell you no, constantly no, and you know what? They might be right at that moment, but it doesn't matter if they say no, because there's always a way around it, and there's always a way to earn your spot. So, if you're feeling negative, I just have this message for you.
You can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
Right? Just grow up and learn that life is tough, and that's a good thing, because that's going to make you better in the end. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Take me to church and I'll worship at her altar. Take me to church and I'll wash away my sins. But those doors won't open for a sinner like me, like me, like me.